remember this film. That's more than I can say for Blue Streak.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
I've already forgotten that movie.
Fuck you.
You forgot that movie as it was happening.
Yeah, we know.
I-
You're an asshole.
Like, it's not because it was your pick. It's because I just found it that boring.
You're an asshole. You're an asshole. If I could literally just, you're Dennis Leary. You're an asshole.
Okay, you're not allowed to make that joke until you actually listen to the album now.
I did listen. Listen. I listened to the song. You want me to listen to the entire album?
Yep.
All right, I listened to the entire album.
Yep. The No Cure for Cancer album.
All right. I'll let you.
I don't know if you've ever heard it, Scott, but it's quite good.
I've heard the song. I haven't heard the whole album.
Yeah, there's he does another song on there called the Irish Song, which is literally just, them drinking,
All right, let's go ahead and get this shit started. Hello everyone. Eric, what the fuck am I doing? It's your show. It's your pick.
Hello, guys. I don't usually introduce this show. Mac, regardless of the pick, you introduce the show, but I'm going to do it anyway. Hey, welcome to this episode of Is It Rotten? This week, it's my pick, as voted by our viewers. We're watching Balls of Fury.
Basketball should have won.
I'm fine with this.
I am too, but I really would love to see basketball though.
You can watch basketball now if you want.
Okay.
No one's stopping you.
Well, fuck this. Bye. Eric's like, I will fucking kill you. You were watching this damn film. I understand. But yeah, Eric. Oh, I gotta keep going. I'm lost.
Mac, you're regardless of whether or not we stay on track, you're always the one that introduces what we do. So this is really infuriating.
Oh, he's forgotten how to do this show.
No, I have not.
You're like, Eric? I'm like,
what do I do next? What do I do next? Damn it. Oh, no, I know.
I know it was a month ago, but seriously.
I think we're on Gamer Grudge. All right, let's fight.
All right, yeah, damn it, yeah.
That's on Monday.
Yeah, so on Monday, yeah. Yeah, if you want to play
Guys, I wonder whether or not I kept the belt again.
You want to play We Play, Eric?
No, that was 2 Mondays ago. at the time of this recording. Who knows when this goes up?
All right, we gotta talk this movie.
Yeah, because we
gotta
trim the fat this episode.
All right, but guys, Logan is right, and today we're doing Balls of Fury. Eric really the pick that y'all picked, that Eric picked, and finally won. So.
Yes, after my drought of never winning a vote, I finally won a vote.
He finally won one, and he's happy. He's so happy.
Which means I get to choose the criteria for the next vote.
Yep. Anyway, so here we are. We're here doing Balls of Fury, and as you know what every freaking show that we do. Hold on. Why is it stuck on Eric for some odd reason? I don't know why.
Did you click Eric?
No, I did not. Oh, yeah, I forgot it's doing some stupid thing. Anyway, as we do it every episode, we talk about the plot. Not talk about the plot. We talk about our first time viewing it, our favorite line, our favorite scene, and then we flip it and say the worst scene, the worst line, and we say, is it rotten or not at the end? And then we pitch the sequel to Balls of Fury, Balls of Fury 2. So,
Two balls, too furious.
Fuck you, Eric. That's my idea. Two balls, too furious. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's this episode gonna get X-rated probably. I guess I'll go first because Eric obviously this is his pick. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what I thought when I first saw this movie. I first saw this film, I was like, this is just stupid. And it was stupid funny. Not stupid as in funny, because of George Lopez. This is when George Lopez was just super funny, and I thought, man, George Lopez is just funny. And just the cast is just too funny. Just he brought in Shang Tsung. I was gonna call him Shang Tsung, but I gotta get his name. Shang Tsung.
Cary Hiroyuki Tagawa.
They also brought in the guy who played Bruce Lee in the Bruce Lee documentary. Got him, and he was playing the. It was just so funny. There was so much funny scenes with him. There was so much funny scenes with him. Everybody had a bit of funny that you didn't expect them to be funny, but they were really, really funny.
Okay, you're just saying it's funny. People don't even know what it's about.
It's about ping pong.
I was gonna say
It's about ping pong, or as
Furious
the Chinese
balls.
say,
Furious
ping
balls, not balls. But it's legit. I thought this was a hilarious comedy. And I that was like a long time ago. I thought it was hilarious. It was a film that I was like, this is a film I'm gonna like, but I'm probably not gonna watch again. And that's the way it went. And now I watched it again, and I'm like, okay. But we'll get to that later. So we're gonna go with Scott, and then we're gonna go with Zach. So Scott, and then Eric. Scott.
This was a movie that I had seen in like a few scenes of on Comedy Central, just when it was on TV. So this is the first time I've ever seen it. I really liked it. It was funny. It wasn't like the best comedy of that era, but it was a pretty solid comedy. There were some really funny bits, and
it was serviceable.
Yeah,
Serviceable,
it's like
exactly.
the unfortunate thing is that it can't even really be like a top tier sports comedy of the mid 2000s because Dodgeball exists.
Exactly.
I agree. Why didn't anyone pick Dodgeball?
Because it's rated 70%.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Because it's a good movie. That's
It's a
why.
good movie.
Okay. Here's the real question: why is Blades of Glory also 70%? That's what I want to know.
It's funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
Oh,
Shut up, Eric.
It's not like Dodgeball level. It's probably around this level.
It's
You
like
got awkward kissing.
Blades of Glory, Balls of Fury, and Dodgeball, a true underdog story. 2 of those are rated 70%. One of them is rated 21%. Which the one that it is will shock you. It is this movie.
The one that's rotten. Yes.
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 But
I mean, I don't get what you're.
we'll get to the ratings.
Yes.
Yes, we will.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Zach, your first experiences with the movie.
Do you want my actual first experience or the first time I was cognizant? Because first time I saw this, I was plastered. It was somebody had rented it and I was stone drunk. And I don't mean like so drunk I was laughing. I mean so drunk I couldn't move my face. So that's my first memory of this. And I remember going, Christopher Walken was weird. It was, but after that, I saw it a couple years later on Comedy Central as well. I have, honestly, I had no feelings on it. Like, that's the thing when I saw it. I'm like, this is something I can watch late at night and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm not going to change the channel. Back when we had channels. Back when that was a thing.
Yes.
If you're still paying for TV, you're a sucker.
Well, if you're still paying for TV, chances are you've got a cable deal with it for your internet.
No, you have a cable slave contract. You don't have a cable deal. A deal implies that you got out a better.
Look, sometimes you just don't want to wait till 2 a.m. to watch CW. Because that's for whatever reason they post it gets uploaded to the CW app at 2 a.m. after it airs. I don't know why it's 2 a.m., but it is. Because
the CW hates humanity.
because
And
like,
There's an argument to be made for that.
And that is why the Superwoman TV show, Supergirl TV
Batwoman.
show exists. I hate that show.
Anyway, so
Oh,
my first experience with this movie, this movie is, see, when my family would go on vacation, would like we'd go like up to the Poconos weekends in the summer, and like every now and then we'd just stroll down to Walmart, we'd pick up a DVD and we'd just watch it, and this happened to be one of the movies that joined that collection, and it was one that we would often go back to because it was interesting. it was definitely an interesting movie, definitely pretty quotable. It's like surprisingly quotable. I mean, it once again, it's not like dodgeball quotable, but it's got its zingers.
The only thing I can think of more than dodgeball quotable will be heavyweights.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Similar Ben Stiller characters.
Oh no, I have a theory on that.
Save that for the heavyweights episode, unless that's not rotten.
No, it's rotten. I believe it's rotten.
But I just had to look up where the Poconos are. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, it's like an area of Pennsylvania that's by both New Jersey and New York.
All
Yeah,
right.
no, I just had to look. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Like if I said you went up to Eagle River, you just feel like what?
Huh?
All right. But,
Except for the joke in Hot Shots. That's there.
all right. So let's talk. Let's go ahead and get to the meat and potatoes. What is our favorite line from this movie? I will go first. There were so many zingers in here that was just so funny. We were really wrong on George Takei. I was like, there were so many, like George Lopez lines were just funny, but he just screamed it to him like, we were so off on George Takei. When they just saw him come out, I was just like, I paused, I just it was either that or him just dusting himself off, just playing Caucasians. I just there were so many lines in there that he did that was just funny.
Yeah, because that's funny to the three white people.
I know, right?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't want to use that, so I went with we're really off on George Takei. just that combined with the scene, which is funny. So
One thing I will say that this movie nails is that they nail the anti-joke. they are supreme at like set up, and nothing.
Yeah.
Also, honorable mention.
No, you don't know. Just in case we don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right, Scott.
I mean, I think the best line in the movie is Diedrich Bader as the sex slave. Save the panda. And he
Panda's dead.
Yeah, no, that was good. That was great.
Best line.
That's like one of the few jokes that had payoff.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, the dead panda. They made sure to write that full joke.
And then of course, you know, the gag reel at the end of the movie.
I didn't watch that.
Oh, was there a gag reel?
There's a gag reel during the credits.
Oh, I missed that.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh yeah, it's like it's another scene. It's him going up to the panda. He's like, the panda's fake.
Okay, yeah, no, that's great. I had two options. This one is just sort of just because it's delivered straight as remember, you suck when you were nervous.
That was one of my backups.
I'm like, why? You know, it has the least setup, the least everything, but it's like, I don't know why, but it's just coming out of his mouth and the way he delivered it was just perfect.
Yes.
Like, yeah, and it's like you're expecting any kind of advice, even joke advice. Nope, just regular, plain old advice.
You suck when you're nervous. All right, Eric.
All right. So there's definitely there's definitely a lot for one, for example, you could definitely go with, it's called sudden death for a reason.
Well, basically, we just have a giant check mark saying Christopher Walken.
Yeah, everything he says.
Yes.
I'm trying to pick something other than what he says.
Yeah. Yeah. As also anything that Thomas Lennon says.
He was pretty good.
I mean, to be fair, he gave himself a lot of good lines because he also wrote the movie.
He wrote it, and who directed? And another guy
Albert
from Reno.
Ben Garant.
Yeah, I was going to say both of them are from Reno 911 in the state.
But absolutely, definitely one of my favorite Wong lines is, "Your aggression brings dishonor to my happy Mushu palace."
My backup would have been was him literally going in. They threw him in the trap garbage can, and he said, "Here's your money."
Man, see, I just thought that was mean.
That was mean, but it was
Like, dude, he's already in the garbage can.
And then my other one before we get too far away from it is, they sold air rights to a cemetery.
No, it was pretty front loaded for a while, because mine was also, "My name is Sarah. You've been calling me Bethany for the last 5 years." I love that interaction. Because you just got how little he thinks just right out of that.
Yeah. And
she also had another great line where she was like, "Some agent was looking for you. Maybe he missed the show."
And then just to round it out with a George Lopez one, it's like, "I thought it was part of the show." It's like until the paramedics came in, I was laughing my ass off.
Oh man, I was like, if you don't say it, I will.
Yeah,
that was pretty funny. All right, best thing. All right, I guess I got to start it off. God, oh my God. It's a toss up between two, but the one thing that I like was, it's just the whole scene and all of him thinking, we got pleasurable people for you.
Nah. Nah.
I got a girlfriend back then.
Well, not a girlfriend, but
yeah, and then she just impressed on him, just like it will dishonor him. It's like, okay, and then it pulls the thing, brings it, and all men. He said, I'm a dude, so he said, "I'll just pick one for you," and then he picks it, and it's just literally him as a sex slave, and it's just too funny.
Well, Diedrich Bader.
Diedrich Bader's so good.
Well, he's just a one-liner machine.
Yeah, he really was.
Also, an underrated Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. The Bold and the Brave was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This rescue sucks.
No, not you. You're doing great.
Scott?
Yeah, the best scene, I think it came pretty early for me. It was his whole setup, the whole ping pong wizard where he's doing all the tricks and he's bouncing the thing off of the guy's head. Everything about that scene worked for me.
So did they actually have a thing on the DVD where they would tell you how they actually did the effects?
Oh, I'm sure it was a CGI ball, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure, but you'd also have to be able to match it correctly, and that's
it's surprising because as a kid I would always watch the special features. For some reason, I don't think I ever did for Balls of Fury. So it's like once I dig up that DVD, I gotta actually take a look at that.
I love how when he bounces it off of the guy's head, it actually comes back at the end.
Yeah,
he's trying to not when he's trying to lose.
Yeah.
All right, Zach.
Okay, I went with the bees.
The bees, yeah.
Sorry, that was just brilliant. Just,
Oh, you got me swatting flies? No,
No,
you're
not
swatting bees.
Just locks him in there. Like, didn't even ask, are you allergic?
No,
Nope.
nope.
Yep, just assumed you'll live. Now that with the killer wasps out there, that would be even
Yeah, the murder
scarier.
hornets.
Yeah, murder hornets.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah,
Eric.
so my favorite scene, there's a cricket in my hand.
Yes, that was the one I had.
Did
other
I
than
did
the
not
bees.
say to grab it.
Yes,
That is my lucky cricket.
yes.
And then kills him and she gives him another one and he killed the second one.
Okay, did anyone else wonder like why they didn't give him like contacts to make him look blind or
I don't.
anything?
I
don't know.
honestly, I could not tell you.
Because I kept forgetting he was blind. Because he doesn't
then-
have the weird eye look,
Yes.
you know?
He tried though. He did good though. He didn't do bad.
It's like I guess they forgot they said they were going to CGI it and then they never did.
Right. Honorable mention, two of them. My backup was Freddy Fingers. It was just stupid and funny at the same time, and just his reveal of his death. Like
Yeah.
everybody's getting quiet, and then he just get killed, and I was like, "Oh crap, he's dead."
Yeah, I mean, definitely my backup answer is anytime that Randy makes a big "all right" to nothing, to dead silence.
And also another one, just them trying to literally get into the complex and just like he's like, guys, and they just start breaking the window. I was like,
That-
really?
Oh, and then Randy trying to break out of his room, he pokes the hole through, so then he crashes through the window and there's bars.
Yep. Like, I'd also go with the Def Leppard music scene. That was pretty.
Yes.
That was pretty good.
And then ends with
Yep.
It's been a slight change of program.
Well, here's my question: if he could use a gun the whole goddamn thing, why'd he use blow darts?
Aesthetic.
It's
It's aesthetic.
yeah, it's just him, you know.
I mean, the man looks like he shops from Elton John's closet. So
More like Liberace's leftovers.
All right. All right. Well, all the things weren't bad, weren't good. So, worst line.
Well, no, what about it didn't work for you guys? That's what I want to know, just in general. Like, did it all just work?
No, there were some gags that fell flat for me.
Yeah, I mean, they did do the whole, the whole how's Disneyland trope.
yeah,
That kind of was like, all right,
Yeah,
all right,
that's-
it worked once. You did it already.
I think the girlfriend thing wasn't handled that well.
No.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
really
No.
cool.
Like honestly, that felt kind of dirty to watch. You're like, that's not right. Like in Dodgeball, they played that perfect.
Yeah.
yes,
And I think that's the problem is you see Dodgeball and you go, no, that's how you do it.
Right.
Right.
And I that's some of the things. I think some of the jokes didn't help, but when the jokes were there, the jokes were there. I think what they did was they leaned in on a lot of jokes and they did it too much. And then there's sometimes they just did a joke and then there was a comeback and it was like, for example, the panda. The comeback on the panda in the end was so
Yes.
funny. It was so hilarious.
Yeah.
You thought that panda's dead, and then he's like, "I'm gonna save the panda." Nope, he's dead. I was like, "Damn, perfect."
Like I wouldn't have remembered the panda was there.
Yeah. They
But
just did
I
it.
do have one big question. Okay, obviously Fang like has an information network, as
Right.
bizarre as it is. Why the hell do you invite the FBI to the island?
It's
No,
just, I don't
like,
understand.
why would you let George Lopez on the bus? Why wouldn't you just shoot him when you see him? These are, I'm sorry. That part doesn't make sense.
the only reason that I could hypothetically see that is because he really actually did want to poach Randy.
Point point.
No, but he could have poached him. He didn't give a crap about George Lopez. He
Well,
cared
yeah,
about
but
the other guy.
if he came in immediately killed Ernie, it would have been like, no, I'm not joining you. You killed my friend.
Well, no, that's when you bring out the girl and you start that earlier.
Right.
I'm just saying he could be. Like that. Honestly, I'll get into it. I'll get into what I think.
Yeah.
Right,
So let's actually get into worst line though.
It's me, right?
I
No,
go
it's-
first.
or
It's
Matt,
me.
either.
Yeah, it's me. If I had to get a worse line, it's just what was it? What was it? The whole shtick of, they kept saying it. They already said it twice already. Well, they already said it twice. The whole, how stupid. This is so stupid. They just made it to look like the FBI was really that dumb, but it was fun. Damn it, it's really hard to pick one. It's really
This-
hard to pick
This is why you write things down.
Yeah.
Shut up, Zach. I'm thinking.
Okay, we'll go to Scott while
Go
you're
ahead,
thinking.
go to Scott. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Worst line for me, at least, like the one that, like, the only one that stuck out that was like, yeah, that was kind of a shitty line. When the Patton Oswalt scene, when he comes out and George Lopez
Yeah.
is like, I'm still trying to figure out if that's a dude or a chick.
Yeah.
that was so stupid.
Kind of just a
It
weak
sucks because Patton Oswalt is awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's kind of wasted.
Yeah.
It's like I think it might have paid off if he actually made it into Feng's tournament.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're really not gonna like this, Mac. What I actually wrote down. I actually wrote down anything out of George Lopez's mouth.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of George Lopez in this movie.
He was really boring.
Yeah. Well, he
Okay, his situations
Man, me
were
and Eric
funny.
are.
He couldn't deliver it worth a damn.
He had a couple good lines.
well.
Yeah, I understand you, but you.
All right. The George Lopez in the first half of this movie is completely different from the George Lopez in the back half of this movie.
Yeah. Very two
But if-
different
but
levels.
I-
It's like
yeah.
it's like seeing as a whole. I see your point. If you could split that character pre and post the old-fashioned way,
Honestly, you could get rid of him pretty much entirely and write the script entirely Bloodsport style, where this is
Yeah.
all about honor. It's like, honestly, that would be more true to the genre they're parodying.
yeah, no, it's
Like, why are the police? Why is the FBI involved in this at all? This, like, there was already a blood feud where he killed his dad.
They
It's
do
like-
say the thing where George Lopez is like the last resort. They're working on other things to try and
Yeah.
get Fang.
Yeah, and that was
And
like,
this
to
is
me,
the
that
last
was the whole point. He was supposed to be bad.
It's
No, but
it's
it
like
wasn't-
it's like take Maxwell Smart from the Get Smart movie. It's like it's what that would be like, but in like an actual situation.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Well, my piece is they didn't treat him like he was the last resort at the FBI. Then I think I could have gotten behind it. When they would have just treated him like, why are you here?
No, it's like
Yeah.
it's like they definitely could have been a bit more stern with him during the thing. Like we weren't really expecting this to pan out, but you got the invitation.
Yeah, it didn't. The
Oh, also, just to scroll back now that that's in my mind, the solving of the haiku riddle
No, that was
is
pretty
also
good.
pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's like it's right on the back of the paddle in
No,
English.
no. Oh, okay.
and honestly, him pulling out the second, I think the worst line to me is I'm glad I brought a second, because that was just like,
There's a reason we smuggled two in here.
yeah, and I'm like, that is not good and
Right.
was delivered poorly.
Yeah.
Okay, Zach. Well, Eric. I mean,
Do you have yours?
I'm just saying I would be a little bit angry with Zach, but this is the same guy who got mad with a gun flash. But I'm not being mad. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it.
Scott doesn't know that. Where when we reviewed Clue, and I had it where the way they did the sound design is the gun was going the other way from where the flash on the muzzle would have been, and that didn't make sense in relation to the room. And I actually showed them a freeze frame.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
He
And me and
did the
Kim
math.
me and Kim and Eric was like, "What the fuck? Come on, really?" That like, Kim was like, "You literally got a pet peeve about a gun going the wrong angle."
Well, I mean, it's a fucking thing about murder.
Yeah. I mean, fair.
Like, that's the whole point. It'd have been like if Knives Out, if they would have just like the puke would have gone the wrong direction.
Point.
Are we sure it doesn't?
All right.
Yes.
All right, can y'all hear me? Okay, you can hear me. now. Okay, cool. All right.
You've heard it before.
Okay. If I had to say a worst line, it would have to be it would have to be the Old Spice line. It just keeps coming back. That it's just a line of the Old Spice. What was it, the Baby Spice or something?
Lady Speed Stick.
Yeah.
Lady Speed Stick line. He keeps screaming that every time. And I was like, sometimes it worked. It worked the first time, and then the second time it was like, he didn't say nothing about his sense, so it just didn't work with me the second time. So yeah.
And also, I mean, if it's on sale, it's on sale.
I understand. Yeah, that's the thing. It's on sale. He said it's on sale. It was funny the first time because he said it's on sale, and I was like, it's funny. Second time, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, there was no reason to make it a recurring bit.
Yeah, he didn't ask for what he smells like.
No.
Yeah, it just was like unneeded. All right, Eric, go ahead.
My worst line. It's probably got to be. You could just said you love me. It's like just that whole interaction is just
It's
weird.
That's the thing. One thing we've learned in these movies is the female characters get the worst of it. When these movies are rotten, they get the brunt of it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like I hate that we keep having to compare this to Dodgeball, but literally
That was hilarious.
yeah, it's so good, and it's like whenever the women get treated as an object in that movie, it's just like no.
Like except for the Rip Torn part.
Yeah.
Like I wish I could say the line out loud, but I can't. but God, I miss Rip Torn.
Yeah.
He was hilarious.
That's why we got to do Freddy Got Fingered. I'm putting it out there.
I am totally for that.
We know that. We know that. We know you're for that. Okay. You fuck. Anyway, let's go to the worst thing. For me, the worst thing was really the whole. I understand that they wanted to make a magnum opus and try to blow up everything and kill each other with electrical stuff. You know, I kind of was enjoying that, but I wish that scene would have been better. They just didn't have the electrical suits. I'm sorry. It's just too stupid. It was too dumb. I thought it didn't need it. It's just it made the climax look like they're just playing ping pong on the grid and there's no ping pong table. It was stupid. I felt like if they would have just stayed there in the base, it would have been interesting. But they literally
It would have been better if it wasn't the electrical thing. If like it would have just been a straight up a bomb jacket.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that would have been better. Then
Yeah.
again, it
The
could
wall
have.
can blows up.
Yeah, it just looks like that, as opposed to this fucking, like make it maybe an ornate bomb jacket because to go with his weird flair.
Right.
I
mean, I didn't like. Okay.
I will say, in that scene's defense, it did sort of foreshadow. Albeit a bit indirectly, that Randy was going to have his arm broken because the different jackets had different arms.
Right. And I understand that, but like I said, it's just I felt like it was not needed because I was like, it just wasn't needed.
Well, I mean, the best part is, I play, the drop where, it hits.
One bounce off one hard surface accounts.
Yeah,
Right.
like it shows that he was like not even that good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
and he just literally loves killing people with doing the ping pong. Yeah. So yeah, that's my problem with that. That was my only issue with that scene alone. If they just cut some things around it, it'll be better. But that's my problem with that. Scott.
It's like actually, if I could have made one change to that scene, it's like it's like keep it on the table.
Yeah.
But he would have had to have the pole bearers that brought him in have to carry the table as they were playing on it.
That would have been.
That would have been hilarious.
That would have been hilarious. That would have.
It's like we got to get out of here, but we can't stop playing.
Yeah, and then next thing you like. That would have been funnier. I would have laughed.
I think it also would have been funnier if his girlfriend would have also had to play ping pong, get past people.
Okay, that would have been.
You know, as opposed to just beat the living shit out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also just making her like a standing board to get balls hit off of her face.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, Scott, your answer.
Worst scene for me was the Patton Oswalt scene. It ties back to my worst line. It's unnecessary. It doesn't. He just ultimately ends up going back to essentially where like he started out to beat the little girl.
Yeah.
And that's how he gets it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That.
Okay, it's not the whole scene, it's the ending. I did not like the ending of the whole gay courtesan thing. I did not like the part where it's like they slept with one. I'm like, you had a perfect ending with the noise.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't need to drag it out further.
Right.
Yeah.
Where you'd made an old man confused. It's like that just didn't feel right.
Yeah.
100% agree.
Yeah.
No, it didn't fit the tone. And it's not like there was a comeback where like one of the sex slaves like was then there with him at the end or something. Like even then, there's so many ways you could at least have written that in, but it was just this little throwaway part that just didn't gel.
Right. Right.
It was just this little splinter in this perfect joke. Because just the noise, you're like, it just leaves everything up to interpretation.
Right.
And that's what I liked about it.
Okay. All right. Eric.
I mean, despite how funny it is to walk into an airfield, see the plane, and then have to get on the bus, just the entirety of the whole them having to walk with the transmitter inside their butts the entire time.
Yeah.
It's like it's funny for a bit, but then it's just like it just
keeps going.
Okay, to me, you know how you fix that scene? What you do is you make a KY joke. And then you just have them uncomfortable in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then you just let them go. Because let's face it, that thing wasn't that fucking big. It's not like they fucking like had a bowling ball up their ass.
Right.
Like it really was not anything to. No, I agree. It just was not good.
I mean, it's not like the interview with Seth Rogen when he had to literally get his ass inspected every time. Yeah. Yeah. Like they just really wanted to inspect his ass every time. Okay. Yeah, all right. So let's go ahead. So guys, go ahead, lean it out. Tell me what you want to say. Come on, say the line. Is it rotten? Come on.
All right, Mac. Is it rotten?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think it's rotten. I think it's really, really low. It has a little problems at the end. But I would get this like at a 60. It's pretty good. I'm a 60. It's not. I wouldn't put this in the 80. This is a 60 though. I'll give it a 60. All right, Scott, is it rotten?
Yes.
Damn it.
Yeah, by like 5%. It's like 55% for me.
Okay.
It's like just shy of being not rotten.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, once again, this movie falls curse of there not being a third option.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, barely edible. Like that
Yeah.
needs to be an option.
Yeah.
Zach,
is it rotten?
Yes, and I hate to Price is Right you, Scott, but I was thinking 56%.
Okay.
Fuck you. I'm waiting on somebody to do it on The Price is Right. He said, I'm going 99%, 99 cents. Fuck you. Eric is at Rotten.
So I did some math, and there's only one. It's like just the way that your guys had kind of gone through here. There's only really one score I can give it now, and that's 69.
Oh shit!
Because I did the math, and that's how we end on an even 60.
69, dude.
I mean, it's like this movie. The thing is, I gave it 1 point lower, or at least 1 point lower than my like threshold of where I would put things like movies like Rat Race, where it's like I enjoy it through its flaws.
Right.
To me, this is a DVD movie that's in like a 3-pack.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
but you still buy it.
What would be the 3-pack for this movie?
Rat Race, I think, would be.
I was gonna say no, Dodge. It would be Dodgeball because that didn't do well financially.
Mhm.
Maybe like Burt Wonderstone.
Actually,
I don't know about Burt Wonderstone.
I don't know. I love that movie.
I mean, Blades of Glory.
Maybe
Yeah, I don't think you hate. I think you just really hate that movie.
I do because
That's not bad.
none of the jokes landed with me. Sorry.
Semi-pro would be in that box.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dodgeball, Balls of Fury, and Semi-Pro. That seems like a
Yeah.
seems like a good
Yeah.
3-pack.
Yeah. I'll buy it. Yeah.
All right. Also, I need to watch Nikita, the
Mhm.
the thing Maggie Q was in. Also, I did not know she voiced Wonder Woman on Young Justice.
Yeah.
Yes, she did. Yeah.
And of course, everything ties back to DC Universe because it's Eric.
Yeah, it's Eric.
Unintended, I promise.
There. It's going back.
Lies and
Lies.
deceit.
Lies. You figured it out. You looked it up before you even picked your answer. You lying son of a bitch.
I just really wanted to talk Balls of Fury.
Also, when I eventually get around to it, she's in the King of Fighters movie, unfortunately.
Fuck no, we are not doing that.
We're doing King of Fighters and Tekken eventually, and the guy who played Shang Tsung also plays Heihachi, so that's a bonus.
Okay. I might have. Okay.
I mean, we do have to do the full fighting game quadrilogy.
Let's see. Oh, and there's DOA as well, so there's 5.
Yo,
No, that one's actually good.
yeah,
Okay. Well.
It's so they are aware of how stupid it is.
yeah. I mean,
So it's
fair. That is DOA. So
Like,
Yeah.
it's totally self-aware.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get to the pitches. I'll get the start. All right. So, Daytona. Daytona now is after finally releasing beating his demons, is now doing his whole is trying to do a school, and is literally doing well until someone pops out and starts somebody comes back. Somebody comes from Japan. I don't know, was it Japan or China? Is it from? Are they?
China.
Yes.
tried.
To be honest, it's
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes is the answer.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It's
I don't know which
it's the triad. He played for China. It's all the entire area. Yes.
Okay.
And then they had geishas in the building, and that doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It is technically all just a build up for him being white. So
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying not to be racist here, but I'm just trying to say.
And he's on the fucking box. What's the
Look-
build
Yeah.
up?
Look at the movie.
well,
we're
I
talking
don't
about.
think he was on the movie poster.
Right. All right. So they're
I'm
coming
gonna
from.
look that up.
They're coming from Asia. Let's put it like that. And they come in, and they are right there. They're coming from Asia. They're right there. They're coming from Asia, and someone comes in and they want to be a trainer they want to do. They're mad at him because there's I thought that there was no white people.
No, he totally was on the movie poster.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I gotta make a call. Hold on, somebody go before me. Go after me. I gotta make somebody call him.
Scotty.
Yeah, Scott, go. I'll go last. I'll start over again. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. Mine is Balls of Fury Road. It takes place an undeterminate time in the future. ping pong is now the way the economy works, and for some reason they're doing it mobile. So the whole thing is essentially just Fury Road.
Ping pong has become any one bounce off a hard surface.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Because in the future there are no tables.
As long as we get the heavy metal guy that was on the back of the truck,
Oh,
you know,
absolutely.
playing the guitar, I'm good.
Yeah, that's the guy from the beginning who gets pantsed.
Yeah, because that alone sells it for me.
Yeah, and the little girl comes back and she's all metalled out.
Okay, I actually decided to change up as we were talking, mostly because I cannot resist the pun.
Mhm.
Balls of furry.
Oh.
That was my second pitch.
I heard you, you son of a gun. Balls of fur, you sold my idea.
Okay, basically it's his son, but we're gonna turn this into the ping pong tournament, but it's an entirely furry team against a scaly team. And you get the bondage people in there. I mean, you can just keep going.
Are you just turning this into dodgeball? I think you're just turning this into dodgeball.
Yeah. Like,
Do you have a problem with that?
No.
No. Like,
Makes it a better movie.
it does.
Also, the bad guy is Emilio Estevez.
Yes.
Yeah.
And at the end, instead, what he does is he pulls that. In the end, there's a thing in the contract where they're not playing ping pong. It turns into curling. Curling with nuclear warheads.
Pucks of Fury.
Nice.
Well, stones.
All right. Y'all.
Rooms of Fury.
All right, if you want me to go, or you want me to go ahead and just start.
I'll go first.
Okay.
So, my sequel takes place in present day. Well, in a 2020 that isn't ravaged by the coronavirus.
I was going to say, it takes place in the dystopian future of now.
Virtual ping pong.
Dystopian present that we currently live in. And Randy Daytona's ping pong school has taken off, and he is now tasked with training the next Olympic champion for the United States. However, he is the son of Thomas Lennon's character.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
You're doing Creed.
I'm doing Creed.
You are so wrong. Ah, man.
But he has no idea how his father died. So the entire time they just dance around the subject the entire time until it comes to the climax. And the son of Feng, played by Emilio Estevez, comes in and reveals that he died in Feng's tournament against Randy.
Oh snap! That's some good storytelling.
Which is technically a lie.
All right, fine then. Damn, I don't know how I'm gonna top that. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go. You know me. I'm gonna go ridiculous. So anyway, I'm gonna start over. That was really interrupted. Daytona's school is going well. He's going well with table tennis until somebody from all the way from Japan coming back to America, and he gets off the dock, and it turns out to be the kid. He's like, "Who are you, kid?" He has a tennis racket, and his name is Ryoma Etchiton. So yes, I am combining Prince of Tennis, the anime, with this damn show.
Prince of Table Tennis.
Prince of Table Tennis, and he literally goes in there, and Ryoma gets his ass whooped, and he's like, and then Daytona's like, "You got a ways to go." He's like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna get you." So Ryoma works on this tennis, and he does like a sliding D, and he does everything he does in the anime, and it's all stupid and goofy, and they actually act like the anime. Yeah, I want to see this.
So
What if he plays badminton instead?
Yeah, we'll add that in there at the end.
It's like a combination of the two sports.
out of curiosity, yes, there is a ping pong, like anime that exists,
Okay.
and I'm like, it's literally just called ping pong.
I know, but look.
Like, no, I'm just saying the anime series is just called ping pong.
Look,
There's nothing else.
I
It's
know,
just
I
ping
know.
pong the animation.
Look. Would you rather have somebody like that, or just have Ryoma Etchison just get his ass whooped by ping pong? I want to see this because he never lost in the anime, and I want to see this. I want to see this boy take an A.
Yeah, you mean the main character didn't lose in a sports anime?
I am
Shocked.
I can't wait to play as Dan Fogel in the next Jump Superstars.
That would be better than Jump Force.
Yeah.
Also, I want to.
Did you see the Switch trailer for that?
No.
Holy balls! That's even worse.
Also,
Like
also,
12, Frank.
also in my film, also want to add to this. Also want to add because this film is going to be so fucking ridiculous. Also, they will get a time machine and find some way to get Kenshin Humurai from Roni Kenshin. And he will play ping pong with them. He is going to teach Etchigen how to play tabletop ping pong. Boom. Work. Boom. It's going to be ridiculous and funny.
All right, let me check. What?
Anyway.
You want to see this?
If we're
Anyway.
adding to our movies, I'm gonna put Jack Black
all
as-
right,
as
guys.
Randy's brother.
Also, yes, there is also a badminton anime.
Of
course there is.
Of course. Of course.
Isn't that one of the rules of the internet? If it exists, there's an anime about it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, well, no, it's not on the revised rules list yet.
Right. And also, it won't be. Also, the person that will be playing Ryoma will be the actual voice actor from the Japan series. That's who's gonna play him. I don't need no kid.
No matter what decrepit grandma they bring out,
I am going to put him in this. He's going to play him.
Because let's be honest, it's a decrepit grandma. Let's not mince words.
Yeah,
I know, but that's what I want. This is going to be a funny movie.
Anyway.
You are going to watch this movie.
All right, guys. So it comes down to this. You guys get it's the last poll to decide the current order that we're going to be choosing from. And this is my choice for what you guys have to pick. And my category is you have to choose a movie starring one of the actors that show up in the picture credits of this movie.
What?
If you go to the credits, it's like in the combination, scenes from the movie / outtakes. You got to choose a movie starring. You can choose Dan Fogel. You can choose James Wan. You could choose George Lopez. You could choose Maggie Q. You could choose Patton Oswalt. Any of those. Christopher Walken, obviously.
Oh God! Oh, I know.
You've got free reign of their entire filmography. They just have to have their picture has to show. They have to have shown up in the pictured portion of the credits, as the montage plays.
Okay.
I think that's also, I believe, the Wikipedia cast list.
You mean so when you mean cast?
Yeah.
You cast. Damn it, that won't count. Sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna
Was
pick
Diedrich
this.
Bader
but-
pictured?
I'm gonna pick this just so we can all suffer. I'm going with the Starving Games
I hate you so much.
because Diedrich Bader is in it.
Scott, save us.
It's a 0%er.
Scott, save us.
All right, I'll
saying-
find another Diedrich Bader movie.
No, I took Diedrich. You have to pick somebody else.
Okay, all right. Like my mind is immediately going to Joe Dirt, but I don't want to necessarily. I don't know if that's my final answer.
I don't honestly. I don't know if Joe Dirt is rotten, but I think Joe Dirt 2 might be rotten.
No.
I don't want-
I don't even wanna
let's
do
not
that.
find out.
Yeah.
Let's not and say we did.
I mean, you could always go for Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Oh shit. That's
It's true.
That's absolutely rotten.
I'll be honest, I actually like that movie. It's too batshit for me not to like. Let's face it, Robert Rodriguez kids movies hold up because you'd never know what the hell's going on.
Joe Dirt is
Spy Kids 2 is legitimately a good movie. It's the first and the third one are just weird.
Ooh, okay.
And we don't
Blade
talk
Trinity.
about the fourth one.
There was a
Blade-
fourth one?
Blade
Yes.
Trinity. Patton Oswalt. You said Patton Oswalt.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
included.
Oh, thank you, man.
Final answer.
What'd you choose?
Blade Trinity.
Ooh.
Oh, damn it.
All right.
Yes.
I'd rather watch the Starving Games.
I'd rather
Come
watch
on,
no.
man. Dracula from
Our choices are
New Metal Dracula.
The Starving Games and Blade Trinity.
What have
Well,
you
Mac,
done,
you always
man?
wanted to come for a Blade movie on this show.
Eric,
Bro!
what have you done? What have you done?
Well-
Blade!
You know, Blade
Vote for
2,
Blade!
Blade Trinity is gonna win.
Yeah, Blade Trinity's gonna win.
Unless people are sadists.
Zach, get ready. You're about to be mad again because Blade Trinity about.
Well, it's like it's fair because it's like after this, Zach just gets to choose his movie.
Yeah.
I'm already assuming that Scott's winning the poll.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, I knew to bomb is minute I said it because nobody remembers it.
Yeah.
It's like Meet the Spartans. Who the fuck else other than me remembers that shit?
Our epic movie was all right.
I
but-
watched it.
No, it wasn't, Eric. I'm sorry, he's objectively wrong.
All right.
You need to re-examine your life, rewatch the film, and come back.
Oh, at least I didn't say disaster movie.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go ahead and get the plugs.
No. You're the only one who hasn't picked anything. Come on.
No, I don't pick.
All right, he doesn't pick. It's just me and him.
Yeah.
Just you and him.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't get to pick in the last one.
True.
Yeah.
Then again, you would pick basketball.
No, how could I?
I know you would have doubled the votes.
Yeah, I would have found a way to get basketball, but hey, I'm not mad. Blade Trinity's gonna win because Blade's awesome. So let's,
Except that you still have to watch Blade Trinity.
yeah, look, there's some problems with it, but
Hey,
you know,
look on the bright side. We'll get to Pitch Blade 4.
yeah, I know. Yes!
I am so excited about that part.
Twin blades.
The Twin Blades. All right.
Twin blades.
Let's get to the plugs.
Sponsored by Gillette. Anyway, so plugs. Eric, I'm gonna start with you.
All right. As always, you could find me at Bunk Bunker on Twitter. You can find me on this channel. Usually fighting Gamer Grudge and this show. Sometimes on other things. I'm sure by the time we post this, we're celebrating our 10K, which is just shot in the dark. But I'm maybe.
Yeah, we're probably.
It's like we're gaining subscribers so fast now. I can't even keep track.
Right.
I don't know why we are.
I don't get it either.
I don't.
Don't
Like,
question it.
why would anyone like us? I don't like us.
Just ride the wave, man, and shut the fuck up.
Ride the All right, Scott.
You can find me at Chewbacca Defense on Twitter. You can find me on here. Occasionally I'm on Gamer Grudge and other shows.
Also, on another show we're working on, Film Talk.
Oh yeah, Film Talk. That's right. We just filmed that earlier.
Yeah, we just filmed that. We're talking about Batman v Superman.
Yeah,
And
should be. It was an interesting conversation.
Why?
You fixed
why
Still
why
say
if-
the show should have been called "Let's Make It IMD Better," but whatever.
but we had, but the producer says keep Film Talk. I was like, okay. And also, we tried to we fixed Batman v Superman. I believe we fixed it.
As best we could.
Yeah.
I believe you guys believe that.
We tried. We
We
tried our
tried.
damnedest.
Okay,
yeah.
that's- But you can see why I'm skeptical.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, don't worry. Just watch the episode. You'll see. We fixed it. Damn it.
I mean-
I don't watch our content.
I mean, I would love to come on and fix Rugrats Go Wild like I did on the episode
all right.
of the Rugrats
I know,
movie.
but nobody wants the
All right,
episode I want, which is putting the dog to sleep. The episode. Let's do that. Put Spike to sleep.
You are
Zach, what you got to plug?
So dark.
I've been streaming more. I need to buy more beer so I can stream because of a joke I have running, which is a problem. And hopefully I'll develop a drinking problem so I'll be able to do more of this.
Develop.
No.
By the way, guys, that you guys don't know that. That is probably one of my lifetime recurring jokes, and somehow I've never been able to pull that off on the show.
Wow. But no, it's like I have a drinking solution right now. A drinking problem is something else.
All right. Well, guys, y'all know who I am. I'm Matt Poole. So go subscribe to the channel. We got some plenty of content. Also today, which is I don't know when this come out. Today, I should be airing a brand spanking fresh. Let's Make It Better. Brand spanking fresh. Let's Make It Better episode. Make sure you go watch it. It's on a particular subject, which you will love to see me do. And
No, we won't.
Let's make We Play Better.
Coming soon.
Let's make We Play playable.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna throw the remote on that episode. Anyway, yeah, go watch our content, and I love everybody, and I'll see y'all on another episode of Is It Rotten?
Had to think about what show you were on, huh?
Yeah, I did. Is It Rotten?
You just watch Balls of Fury. You should know.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Is It Rotten on Blade Trinity? Blade Trinity, okay?
Is Martin
Or
Lawrence
could be the
Or-
Starving Games. Probably
Blade
Blade
Trinity, yeah, Blade Trinity, yeah.
Oh man, we're gonna be. This is gonna look so foolish when it actually is the Starving Games, though.
Right.
This is a Starving Game.
Can I just say quick? I do have a thing where I'm going to be doing a call-in show on Fridays,
Okay.
All right.
where I'll have a Discord link. You can call in. Me and Brian had a fun time yesterday, and me, Brian, and a guy who watches my stuff. We just had a nice discussion.
Right.
We're not keeping it like completely PC, but we're not going totally vile either.
Right.
We're trying to keep it in the middle.
This is not Geoform podcast. No.
It's
No,
you're not-
we'll talk vile things. I'm talking more like language wise.
Right.
It's
right.
like you're not going full Cards Against Humanity mode.
No.
Yes.
No. Yes. Okay. Cool.
Cards Against Humanity, Eric, is a different beast all in itself.
Geoform Mac is just awesome.
Debatable.
Shut up.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.